Hello, citizens of YouTube. This is the Geeky Nerd here, and today we are going to be doing a full review on the Browning Buckmark Micro Bull with threaded barrel and suppressor height sights. This particular pistol is a brand new offering that Browning has. It was displayed during the 2020 SHOT Show, and is just a perfect suppressor host and generally all around good feeling gun. So first it comes in this very nice padded case, Browning, and we'll unzip this here, and there she is. So let's take out the case and safety check. Clear. So, Browning Buckmark. Sure, everyone knows them. Everyone's seen them. However, this one's a little bit different compared to what has traditionally been there. What makes this special, of course, is the fact that it is a bull barrel, but not only a bull barrel, a micro bull barrel, and threaded. Standard half by 28 thread for 22 suppressors. And with that, the fact that it is a micro bull barrel, one, the suppressor will line up perfectly with the diameter of the barrel itself, and also being a micro, it will be considerably shorter than a standard pistol. So with this Browning Buckmark, like I said, it was offered in just this year, 2020, during SHOT Show, and it's fairly nice. It fits perfectly in the hand compared to a Ruger Mark, what have you. Now it is a little bit different in the sense that it does have finger grooves here, and you can see it is rubberized. Now they aren't aggressive finger grooves, but they do fit very nicely into your hand, and they do grip, fit your finger index perfectly. Also with the Browning Buckmark, you see here they have this nice gold trigger, just adds a little flair to the blacked out stealth look of this firearm. Now it does have some weight to it, but that obviously will keep the gun very flat when shooting the oh so powerful 22. It is all steel construction, like I said, but very balanced in hand, especially when you put a suppressor on it. It bounces out even more. So here we'll start at the front here. You can see we do have I guess you would call it a flash suppressor. Comes off fairly easy. To expose those half by 28 threads, and if it does focus here, you see it does have a nice crowning on it. Very nicely machined. Goes back on just as easy if I can line up the threads right. And overall, as you see, it looks like a very nice pistol. Right here, you see Browning Arms, Morgan, Utah, USA, Montreal, Canada. It does have suppressor height sights here, which over a standard suppressor it does look very nice. You see there's the sight picture with the fiber optic green and then the little U notch in the back. If you do want to mount a RMR on here, you can, just a standard pick rail. As far as for co-witnessing, I would say just given the height here, I don't have an RMR to show, but I would say just given the height of it, it probably will clear, so that way you're not relying just slowly on the electronics optic. Magazines, they shoot out of the gun, just as a mag release here. They fire out like nobody's business. To where some of the Ruger magazines, you have to kind of tug and pull at them because they just don't fit right. With this as well, it is not ambi. It is just single-sided, so right-handers only. At least as far as I can tell. This is the safety, the safety here. It does not have any kind of indication. It's just a push up, and it does have like a little dimple, so it is actually going into a recess into the frame of the gun itself. So it does take a bit of effort to push up, and once it's there, it isn't coming down. with the gun itself, that this is the slide release. You can see, to me, it almost looks like a Desert Eagle as far as for just how the action looks, with everything with this little open slide and how this stays here. You can see, though, that it does have a very nice little feed ramp. Magazines in the firearm. You can see there, everything lines up pretty nicely, so haven't had any kind of failures to feed, failures to inject, anything of that sort, especially with this open-faced look. Slide releases, very nice and very solid feel, as you could probably hear there with that crisp snap. Trigger is very nice. Now, one thing, it does have a trigger disconnect, so if you do have something in the chamber, nothing's going to come out. What actually causes that is this little plunger right here. So when this magazine here pushes on that button, then the trigger then becomes live. I'm not going to do it because 22s, you should never dry fire, but now you see here, trigger's a lot more stiff to where without it. So there's that to take into consideration. Of course, this isn't going to be a self-defense pistol to where you're going to lose your magazine and you have the one in the pipe and you're going to need to use it. However, if you do decide to use a 22 for your self-protection, more than welcome. Again, like I said, overall, very nice pistol. Fits very nice in the hand, points very naturally, and not too many concerns of it. They are new to the market, but it is the tried and true Browning Buckmark design. Now, you do have people that are either Browning fans or Ruger fans, or you have people who just want a gun that feels nice and shoots well. So if you pick up one and the Browning feels better, personally for me it does, then get a Browning. Feel a Ruger, get a Ruger. With these as well, I will say the magazines look very similar from the Ruger to the Browning. However, I prefer the magazines of the Browning a bit better. They seem to be a bit smoother in their channel slot. Now they do only have one little plunger here instead of two. However, like I said, it just feels like a bit of a better magazine. Not saying it is, but it just feels better to me in hand. Not too much more to say about this Buckmark. I will have a suppressor video coming up, showing this guy and just kind of how it looks, overall aesthetics, and how whisper quiet it can be. Now, as far as for ammunition, traditionally Buckmarks have been a bit more finickier than Ruger. However, I haven't experienced that with this new 2020 model, so not sure if they've upgraded something, changed something internally that will that improves reliability. But overall, very nice pistol, very solid. If you can find these, I'd highly recommend them, especially if you do have a suppressor. They were released this year, so they're kind of starting to come in, but they're not as widely available as the established models that are in there. Now, the only downside I will say before leaving this video here is that they are a pain to disassemble. So I believe it is the Mark III, or it could be the Mark IV. I'm not sure if the Mark IV is the newer one. Again, not the hugest into Ruger Mark pistols, but the Rugers have always been a pain in the rear to disassemble. It's where you have to get a whole bunch of tools, punch pins out, do all that kind of stuff. Buckmark, same thing. Now with the new Ruger, they do have a just push one button, it tilts open, you got to clean it. Now with this, they actually recommend against you fully disassembling it. They actually just say take a bore snake, cleaning rod, patch, what have you, and just feed it through the bore. Get as much crud as you can out of here. Give it a little lubrication. And you're setting off to the races. Myself personally, I like fully disassembling and cleaning my firearms. However, it's what they recommended. I haven't seen any long-term ramifications from not doing such. Most of the parts are accessible in here, so you don't have to worry about that. However, if you are a big cleaning person, you don't like having to get a whole bunch of tools and go through 30 different steps, like, remove a screw here, remove these screws here, pull this back, do all this, that, and the other, and you just want more of a simple AR, like 2-push pin cleaning operation, then I wouldn't recommend the Browning Buckmark. However, if that isn't a major deciding factor and it's just something that you're okay with, I highly recommend the Browning Buckmark 2020 SHOT Show Edition. So, as you see there, my light's starting to go out. So, Hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you did, please throw a like, comment, subscribe down below. If you have any kind of questions about this pistol, let me know. I'm active on the comments, so I'll respond back to you. And I hope everyone watching this has a super awesome, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.